Hi, this is Roger in Finland, and today we are comparing the Zoom F1, the Zoom F2 and the Zoom F3. For the impatient ones, if you want to reuse capsules from the Zoom H5, H6 system, but you want a much smaller device, then get the H1. If you want to just use a recorder for a lavalier microphone type of purpose, and only that, and you will have no need for this, then get the F2. For absolutely anything else, especially if you want phantom power, get the Zoom F3. But going into some more details, these devices cannot be really compared fairly. So I cannot tell you that the F2 is better than the F3, or this one is in the between, or why is one better than the other one. It will depend on the use case. If you need phantom power, these two are not good. If you want to put them in your pocket, these two are better than the other one. If you want to use capsules from the H series, the F1 is the only one that does it. So which one is best? It depends on what you need. But let's start comparing these two first, because they are the more pocketable and more affordable options of the three. The Zoom F1 and the Zoom F2, both of them have a line in 3.5mm jack and a line out 3.5mm jack, which means that they are designed in principle for being used with lavalier microphones. They are threaded, so you will have a really safe connection with the lavalier microphone, and then it's totally fine to put these things in your pocket. The F1 has these rail thingies that are meant to be used with a belt or something like that, so that's easy, and the Zoom F2 is so small that definitely fits in a pocket. One gripe that I have with the F2 is the build quality, or lack thereof. The battery door just pops really easily, while the Zoom F1, it's built really sturdily. It's actually as strong as the Zoom F3. They are even looking similarly. On the other hand, the F2 is this other thing. If your use is only lavalier microphone, which of the two would I pick? I would go with the F2 because of the 32-bit float audio. The Zoom F1 does not have a analog gain knob, like the Zoom H1N does have, for instance. So if you're using a lavalier microphone, the gain is basically set with high plus, high minus, low, mid, something like that. To me, it's quite difficult to set correctly. And with the F2, you just don't need to set it because it's 32-bit float audio and you can forget about it. What is the selling point of the F1 compared to the F2 of the F3 is expandability, in my opinion. This has the same connector on the top than the Zoom H5 and the Zoom H6, which means that all of the capsules of the Zoom H5 and Zoom H6 will also work with the Zoom F1. When you buy it, it comes in two different packages. One is with the lavalier microphone, and as said, I wouldn't go with that. I would get the F2 instead. But the other package is with a shotgun microphone. It also comes with a shock mount, which means that you can put this on top of your camera, and it works really well. So if you do have already some other extensions from the H5 and the H6, you like to use those, at sometimes you would prefer to use them with a smaller device, then you can do that. And with this extension, you could actually even get XLR connections into the Zoom F1. Does that make it comparable with the Zoom F3? Not really. And let me tell you why. Well, to me, still the Zoom F3's main selling point is the 32-bit float audio. It also does provide phantom power, which the F1 does not provide. So even though you can get two XLR inputs, which are, by the way, combo jacks with the EXH6 adapter, and they have analog gain knobs and they have a padding here. So this is a really nice addition to the F1. This thing will not provide phantom power, so forget about microphones that require phantom power. You can use self-powered XLR microphones with this combination. For instance, the Rode NTG4 Plus. I have some video about it. But if you want to use anything like the Thomann EM700 and 800 that I'm using right now, or any other normal condenser microphones that require phantom power, the only viable option of the Zoom F1, 2, and 3 is the Zoom F3. And I just published an overview, review-ish type of video about the Zoom F3, about why I love it and why I'm using it now all the time when I'm making this type of videos. But now a fair question would be, Am I keeping the F1 and the F2, and will I be using them or not? I've been trying to sell the F1, but I have not been successful, so that maybe tells you something. The F2, I will keep it and I will be using it because on occasion I like to use a lavalier microphone. If I'm outside vlogging, I made now a few videos with action cameras and the sound is okay, but it's not as good as I would like it to be. So I prefer very much to use the F2 with a lavalier and then a camera. So if I do more videos like that, which sometimes I do, then I'm gonna be using this device. Otherwise, for videos in the studio, like now where I have the time and the space to set up microphones, like right now, let me show, oops, there we go. This is the 700 and this is the 800. Perfectly hidden now. Then I'm gonna be using the F3 because it's just such a headache-free phantom powering brilliant solution for what I do. And even though I am not using the F1 at the moment and I would happily sell it if I could, it's still a really good option if it fulfills your needs. But do you have the F1 or the F2 or the F3? Are you happy with them? Are you considering any of the others? And if so, why? So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And we're gonna see you soon for some more content.